Situated in West Baden, you'll find the Spirits of French Lick. This distillery offers tastings and tours and a little something for everyone.
The idea is to have something for everybody. So if you've got a bourbon drinker in your family, that's great. We'll cater to them. If you have somebody that's more of a rum drinker and they want something that's more of a lighter, tropical sort of spirit or drink, we can crank out a cocktail based off of white rum and make that happen as well. We have gin and aquavit as well as absinthe. A lot of those are based on traditional spirits, but we try to put our own Hoosier spin on those as well.
In April of 2016, the process of making spirits began.
We focus on primarily double pot distilled spirits, usually bourbons and then whiskeys and then also a few brandies here and there. We've played with rums and then also botanical spirits as well.
The Spirits of French Lick is unique in its methods, and this leads to flavors like no other.
We are able to do a lot of things at this distillery that you don't get to see at a lot of other distilleries. So we have our own grain handling systems. Almost everything is double pot distilled, which is pretty rare in this day and age. It's more of an almost antiquated technology. One of the beautiful things about distilling with a pot still is that you're distilling a lot of heavier flavors that you don't see in spirits so much nowadays, and you're really pulling off the essence of those spirits. To be able to explore those different styles and put those into play and see how those work out against modern spirits and against the quote-unquote competition, that's a lot of fun.
These spirits did face the competition this past spring at the American Distilling Institute's Judging of Craft Spirits. The crew brought home Best of Category and a gold medal with their Old Tom Gin and a silver medal with their Aquavit. Last year, the Spirits of French Lick competed against more than 670 spirit brands at the largest blind tasting competition. They earned 3 gold medals, a silver, and a bronze. Their motto is respect the grain.
The whole idea behind that is that grain, just like grapes, has terroir. So if I have a variety of corn that I grow here in Orange County and I grow that same variety of corn next door in Washington County, because of the soil, there's going to be differences in the way that the corn is flavored and the way that that distillate tastes. The same is true that each individual grain has its own flavor profile. So wheat tastes different from rye, tastes different from oats, tastes different from buckwheat, etc.
And if you've been to other distilleries, keep in mind what makes the flavor different comes from the way it's prepared, and in West Baden, they are unique.
So if you've been to a previously on a distillery tour in, say, Kentucky, you're going to come here and you're going to see something completely different from what you would see in Kentucky. What a Kentucky distiller will tell you typically is that 70% of their flavor comes from the barrel profile. What we're doing here is not like that. What we want is 50-50. So we want you to be able to taste the grain, taste where it came from, retain that and concentrate it with distillation, and then balance that with barrel aging.
If you are a first-timer and haven't been to a distillery, the Spirits of French Lick is a great place to start.
If you've never been to a distillery, this is a good one to start with because you're going to get a lot of the scientific basis behind it, and you're also going to get a wide palette of colors to choose from when you're tasting things. You're really going to have an opportunity to explore what distilling is all about, how it's done, where it came from, and the history of it.
And learning is a big part of this business for both guests and distillers, which is what makes every trip here both unique and entertaining.
If you don't learn something, what's the point of doing it? You know, there's kind of a formula for distillation. It's 60% hard science, it's 30% dark arts, which I'll come back to that, and 10% intuition. So the 60% hard science is the part you can't argue with. The 10% intuition is the part that's important, and then the 30% is the dark arts. It's the stuff that you craft your story from and you craft your products from.